Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a fantastic day and whatever you're doing it well. Before we get going, if you can hit the subscribe button, give the video a nice big thumbs up and comment down below what you think about MetaTrader and TradingView. I always read the comments and I do my best to reply to every single one of them. I was asked on a live stream why I use MetaTrader for all my charting and not TradingView, and for me it just comes down to personal preference. I've used both in the past as well as other charting platforms, and in the end I've just come down to using MetaTrader. I'm not going to score them and put them up exact head-to-head and come up with an overall winner, but I will give my opinion on each of the categories I think is really important to traders, and therefore give you more of an insight into why I'm using this particular platform and not the others. So when I first started trading many years ago, the broker I was using was IG, and they had a charting platform called Pro Real-Time Charts, and I thought it was fantastic. I really liked the layout, I liked how it all interacted and worked, and it's just a real nice way of actually doing all of your watch lists, getting loads of information on the charts and just being able to trade from that. But as things evolved, I got involved with other people and they were looking at providing almost like profiles for signal analysis and therefore getting out your trades. So therefore that only really ran on MetaTrader. So probably about 2010 I started using MetaTrader a lot more, and obviously then moved away from my IG platform and used MetaTrader full on. In about 2013 I started using TradingView. I was looking for a charting platform to run out of Google Chrome, and there it was. It literally, we have a launch from the application list and take you straight to the website and have all of your charts and platforms ready available there and then. And obviously with the sign in from Google Chrome, it transferred to any other PC I wanted to log into, whether it be at work or at home. And that was actually a real game changer as well. And obviously since that time, TradingView has evolved and become a much bigger and better product. But MetaTrader has stayed the same. It's been on this version 5 for a long period of time, and I don't think they'll be releasing anything in the future. So let's take a look at some of the comparisons, and we'll start with compatibility. Now, MetaTrader works best on a Windows PC. It's basically a native download you can actually get from any of the brokers, and it runs straight away. You can install it. But one of the biggest downsides is it only runs on that one particular PC, and if you wanted to then move it to another one and move all your profiles across, you've got to export them as files and re-import them. It's a bit of a pain in the backside, to be honest, but it's not the most difficult thing in the world, especially if you're using any sort of cloud-based platform. You can store all of your indicators and profiles there and just download them to another PC in the future. If you want to run MetaTrader on a Mac, that's where it gets really complicated because the brokers don't support that all the time. They often wrap it up in a sort of virtual application. You can download and install it, but it doesn't work very well. And obviously then you've got the problem of where's actually the storage location for importing any profiles or indicators. It just doesn't work very well. And that's why I generally run it from my Mac, but in a hosted virtual PC, and therefore I can just literally remote desktop in and have all of the charts I need, and that can work from any PC as well. Now TradingView is browser based and therefore it works very well on a Mac. It works fantastic out of Google Chrome and other browsers, and it's very simple. You can literally log into that particular platform, and any other device you log into will have all of the same watch lists and indicators and charts set up. So I think that's why it's got a lot more popular in the past few years, because people are seeing it used on YouTube all of the time because everyone now has a Mac. Now if I did not have a virtual PC running my MetaTrader, I would probably have to run TradingView and I'd be fine with that. Or I'd have to sell my Mac and get a Windows PC, and I'm also fine with that as well. Now cost is always a big thing when thinking about a particular charting platform. Now we're so used to things being free, it's always hard to actually think about having to pay this on a monthly subscription. Now MetaTrader is free effectively because we can just download a demo account with any broker and have access to log in any particular time. Now a lot of times we're running, whether it's a prop firm or with our broker itself, and therefore the charts are all provided free of charge without any other cost. TradingView is free, but there are annoying adverts that seem to pop up more and more frequently. When I first started in this, you might get a pop-up once in the morning, you close it and you get nothing else for the rest of the day. Now it's almost constant all of the time. And I find that really annoying. To get away from that, you can upgrade your membership. That starts from $15 and goes right up to the top end at $60 per month. You can also get it free if you sign up with one of their preferred brokers, but then at the same time, they might just increase the spreads or the commissions and you end up paying for it long term anyway. So since I'm really tight when it comes to money, I would always go with the totally free option. So for me, that's MetaTrader. The available tools is a great way to compare these two products because there are so many available tools, but there are much better ones in TradingView. I think MetaTrader is really lacking a lot of drawing tools, and if you want to get into some real complex chart analysis patterns, it really does lack. But again, for me, I only really want to draw horizontal lines or areas of support and resistance. I'm not too worried about having the most complicated ability to draw lines everywhere on the charts. TradingView is awash with some amazing tools, all the way from defining head and shoulder patterns, all the way to trade predictions. Now I think the trade predictions and the measuring tools are fantastic because it's able to show us our entry points, take profit and stop loss, as well as calculating our reward to risk. Now if we are in that sort of trade prediction and it triggers, it also colours at different greens or reds depending if you're long or short, and actually shows some good sort of ways of managing the trade as we go forward. I think the tools in TradingView are fantastic, but again for me personally, I don't use them on a daily basis and therefore might be a bit too cumbersome. Every trader loves an indicator. We're always looking for that holy grail of indicators we can just drag onto a chart, and let's say it crosses another indicator, and before we know it, we've got every winning trade going. But the reality is they don't all work like that. Now, both these platforms have a huge number of indicators built in, and if you want any more than that, you can go out to the communities and get custom indicators built as well. So I now only use moving average and RSI as my indicators on my charts, but both of these have so many you can choose from. You can drag and drop them onto your charts, and literally so it just covers price. Now the problem with TradingView is that, and if you want to have more indicators on a chart, for example, you need to upgrade the package to Pro or Pro Plus. You're limited by how many you can display at any one time. So the final thing to talk about is instruments and how many markets we have available to ourselves on these platforms. Now MetaTrader is generally defined what the broker will give you, and in most cases will be the major Forex pairs, indices, metals, and a few cryptocurrencies. Some of the brokers will expand that out and give you a whole range of other currencies. But again, for me, I prefer to trade just the major ones, and everything I want to trade or review and analyze is available on MetaTrader. TradingView has a massive advantage here if you want to be able to review and analyze anything. They have all of the indices, all of the stocks, all of the Forex pairs. They have more complex things like the VIX or the tick charts. Anything you want to find and track or trade is available on this platform. So whether as traders are able to review and analyze that amount of data is another discussion. But again, it's nice to be able to view other markets and see where some of those may interpret each other. It's nice to be able to overlay, for example, gold and the dollar price index to see if they are convergence or divergence, and then gather an indication of where price might go in the future. So both these platforms have major advantages and disadvantages against each other. I wouldn't say there's a clear winner either way, but I would say if you are a Mac user, you like to have some complex drawing tools and access to every single market there is available, then TradingView is probably the best. If you're like me and like to keep it very simple and use one particular device, and that's a PC, then probably MetaTrader is potentially the better one. Hope you've enjoyed my quick comparison of these two charting products. Let me know down below what your preferences are and if I've missed anything out, and I'll catch up with you again soon. Cheers!